Love is in the air, but for many, so is the pressure. From rom-coms to Instagram posts, Valentine's Day can set sky-high expectations for that picture-perfect relationship. But experts say real love is less about grand gestures and more about daily habits. Joining us live to break it all down for us is Nicole Ibarra, Director of Behavioral Health with Kaiser Permanente in Redwood City. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, Stephanie. Thank you for having me today.
Well, absolutely. You shared some really interesting data and information with us prior to this interview. A recent study from Psychology Today finding 43% of people saying Valentine's Day is the most pressure-filled holiday. So to start off here, why does this day create so much stress?
I think we put a lot of expectations on ourselves daily when it comes to just being successful, whether that's in the workplace, in our relationships. But I think the most important thing to remember is, like with any holiday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, the most important thing is that we're honoring and taking care of relationships every day. Kind of think of it as like a house plant, right? If you were to water your house plant twice a year, is your plant going to be healthy? Is it going to be thriving? It won't, right? So our relationships are the same way. We need to be watering our relationships, taking care of them daily. And that way, when it comes to a special day like today, there's a little bit less stress and we can just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, I love that. So you've mentioned previously that strong relationships are built on the idea of habits. So how can we cultivate those healthy habits?
Absolutely. Healthy communication, having a curiosity about your partner. How was your day? Just asking simple questions like, how was your day? Or how is your stress level? And paying attention to what maybe your partner needs. Has it been a while since they've had a break or been able to go have an evening, with dinner with their friends? Paying attention to each other's needs and being really curious about, how are they sleeping? How are they eating? Do they feel like they're taking care of themselves? Making time for each other. It can be really hard to do that with our schedules. If you're parents, you have young children. So even if that's just, watching a movie together on a Saturday evening after the kids go to sleep, but just making sure that you're taking time to spend with one another and absolutely getting a date night in when you can. And we don't have to save that for Valentine's Day. Again, I think that puts a lot of pressure when it has to be this incredible out of this world date on Valentine's Day. Making sure to, even if it's just once a month or once every other month, being able to get out and kind of remember what brought you together into this relationship to begin with.
Yeah. And how long would you say it takes to turn a habit into part of almost a daily routine? I read somewhere it's about 90 days, but you can correct me on that.
To be honest, I think it takes about 6 months.
Okay.
When you think about like the stages of change to hit that maintenance stage, it's usually about 6 months.
Okay, so 6 months, making sure that we're checking in with our partners, seeing how they're doing, just doing little gestures to make them feel appreciated, not that they're seen and heard.
Absolutely. And also knowing what their love language is. There's a phenomenal book called The 5 Love Languages, and it talks about the different languages and knowing what your personal language is and your partner's. There's acts of service, receiving gifts, quality of time, words of affirmation, physical touch. Oftentimes, we're not necessarily in sync with our partner when it comes to our language of love. And so just kind of learning that about one another, I think, is really important and will play a role day to day in how we take care of one another.
Well, I'm a big acts of service gal, just putting it out there. Well, for viewers who are in a situation where they might feel like their relationship is struggling a bit, Nicole, what would you say are some of the signs that it might be time to seek some support outside?
That is a great question, Stephanie. First and foremost, if there's a break in the trust, right? If we're feeling a little bit concerned about trusting our partner day to day, I think that would be a red flag that it might be time to get some help with the relationship. Communication. If you're just feeling really defeated when it comes to having healthy communication, having conflict in a relationship is absolutely normal. But if you're not able to navigate through that conflict in a healthy way, being able to express yourself, have your partner holding your feelings and being able to hold your partner's feelings, that may be a sign that it could be time to get help. And I'm a huge fan of couples therapy. Couples don't need to be in couples therapy for years and years necessarily. Even sometimes, 3 to 6 sessions, taking a couples communication class can be really valuable. But I would say those are the biggest signs. Or if you're just not enjoying each other, you try to spend time together and you're not really connecting, you're not able to kind of find common interests anymore, that may be a sign as well.
Okay, some important things to keep in mind for folks watching out there. Now, this can also be a pretty tricky time of year for people who are single or who might have just lost a loved one as well. So, Nicole, do you have any advice for those groups?
Such a good point, and I'm really glad that you brought that up. If you're single, I would say make a date with friends. My friends were texting me yesterday, Happy Valentine's Day.
Love that.
You can go out to dinner. You can go, the weather's nice, right? We just heard that the rain's coming tomorrow. So go spend some time with your friends, even if it's just, sitting on the couch and catching up. That can be absolute chicken soup for the soul. And if you are grieving and you are missing a loved one, really taking care of yourself is hugely important. Tapping into your emotions. What is it that you need? Grief processes are really complicated, and oftentimes we're kind of moving in and out of the different stages of grief. And so really recognizing what stage of grief that you're in, and if you're needing somebody to connect with, right? If you're needing a friend, a family member to maybe come over and spend some time with you, or if you're kind of in the opposite end and feeling like you're needing some alone time, really tuning into what it is that you need to take care of yourself throughout your grief process.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicole Ibarra, Director of Behavioral Health with Kaiser Permanente in Redwood City, for joining us again this morning. Always appreciate your great insights.
Thank you, Stephanie. Happy Valentine's Day to you.
You as well. We'll be right back.